Well, welcome to the Vaquero family, also to Ladine, wherever you are. I didn't see where you went, but great to have you on board on the team. And what a weekend of memories. It started off yesterday with the memorial service for Booker Brown, and one of our Hall of Famers, and it was just a very touching and moving time. And it was great to have it at La Playa Stadium, and what a great thing. And and when we do these games, by the way, John Martin's in the radio, and I'm doing the announcing, and all the stat people. We're in the booth, and we're looking out that window, and we're looking at the field, and the palm trees, and the ocean, and the islands, and the sailboats going by. And it's like, is there a better place in the country to watch a football game? I don't think so. So, and speaking of the service yesterday, our next inductee was very instrumental in setting up that whole program. That's Tim Tremblay, class of 2020. Tim Tremblay attended Santa Barbara City College from September of 1971 through December of 1972, and those 3 semesters helped shape Santa Barbara City College athletics and Tim's personal life as well, which we will mention later. Tremblay was a key member of Bob Dynaberg's powerful football teams of the early 70s and served as team captain in his final year as a Vaquero. Santa Barbara City College compiled a record of 18-3 in Tremblay's 2 seasons for the Vaqueros, and he was named all-conference lineman during his time here at SBCC. After starring for the Vaqueros, Tremblay received a full athletic scholarship to continue his career at Wake Forest University. He chose the Demon Deacons over 13 other major colleges who were in competition for his services. At Wake Forest, Tremblay started as an offensive guard for 2 seasons in the highly competitive Atlantic Coast Conference, and Tremblay even received Offensive Player of the Week honors for Wake Forest, a rarity for an offensive lineman. And this was after a Demon Deacons win over South Carolina. While his athletic success at Santa Barbara City College is formidable, Tremblay counts an off-field moment as his most memorable at SBCC. It was while he was an athlete here that he met his wife, Marcia, who yes. That was the upcoming life-altering experience. She was a cheerleader here at City College. So how about that? Tim and Marcia have been wonderfully engaged members of our community and raised their 3 children here in Santa Barbara. Tim is also a proud alum of Bishop Diego, and go Cards. And he was also a standout athlete there, obviously, translating that to here. Tim is known to many as the founder and president of Tremblay Financial Services here in Santa Barbara. And since leaving Santa Barbara City College, Tim has remained an ardent champion of Vaquero athletics and can still be seen attending and supporting many Vaquero events. Additionally, Tim served on the Measure V Citizens Bond Oversight Committee, which monitored the $77.2 million Santa Barbara City College campus improvement bond that resulted in restoration and seismic upgrades at SBCC's main campus, the Schott Center, and also the Wake Center. So, Tim, thank you very much. Congratulations on being entered into the Hall of Fame. Tim Tremblay.
Thank you. He mentioned Booker Brown's memorial. It was down at on the field at La Playa. We had old teammates, Santa Barbara High School, Santa Barbara City College, USC, and the NFL attend, in addition to the entire Vaquero football team. And it was a tremendous celebration of the greatest athlete that ever played at Santa Barbara City College, bar none, Booker Brown. And he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in the first class, and I found out I was going in the second class. And he said, I'm going to be there, Tim. Well, he's here in spirit, but his wife Jackie and her family are here. Jackie's in the back. Thank you for being here tonight, Jackie. You know, I come from 3 generations of Vaquero football players. My brother and I played together here at Santa Barbara City College. My son Troy, who's here tonight, and my nephews played football for the Vaqueros. And today, my grandson, Noah, is a Vaquero cornerback. So let's hear it for Noah. When they said that I was going to go out on the 50-yard line for the Hall of Fame at halftime, I told Noah, "You're coming with me." He said, "No, I have to go in the locker room. I can't do that." And I said, "I already got permission from Coach Moropoulos. You're coming with me." He said, "How long is it going to take?" I said, "Don't worry about it." I got him out there on the 50-yard line, and you could hear him saying, "How long is this going to take, Grandpa? What's going on?" And I said, "Just wait." And so they made the announcements, and I said, "Noah, you can go." He sprinted off the field. But that was a great experience for me. You heard about my wife, Marcia. She was a cheerleader. I was captain of the football team. Seems like a match. First time I asked her out, she said no. I said, "Do you know who I am?" She goes, "Yes. You're out of here." So the chase was on. We've been married 47 years. We got 3 kids, 3 grandkids. And it's like Bob Dynaberg said, at practice, for anything in your life, never, never, never give up. Marcia's a testament to that. This is truly a humbling experience. I want to thank Santa Barbara City College. It's a tremendous honor. My experience at Santa Barbara City College was life-changing. Coach Dynaberg insisted on making you be the best you could be, not just on the football field, but off the field as well. It was fabulous to be a part of the 2 greatest football teams in the history of Santa Barbara City College. 18-3 over those 2 years. One of my most joyous moments was when Coach Dynaberg announced the team captains my sophomore year, and my brother John and I were both chosen as captains of the football team. We were riding high, ranked number 2 in the country, highest ever for any football team that Santa Barbara City College has put out. And that's when things changed for me. I suffered a season-ending injury against Compton. I went from the mountaintop to the valley. I thought I was done. Who's going to want some guy that just had major knee surgery? Coach Dynaberg told me that to rehab as soon as possible and I'd be ready to carry on. You don't quit. Phil Pfeiffer, our trainer, told me, "Tremblay, you can quit if you want to. It's your choice. But if you do the rehab and the work, you'll be able to play at the highest level. You decide." I did a lot of praying at that time. And it was then that I made the decision to give it everything that I had and put it in the hands of the good Lord. I got in the weight room with a cast on. I did isometric exercises. And once I got the cast off, I worked out harder than I ever had in my life. There was a Hancock game that we had as the Vaqueros took on a team that had beaten us the year before. And they had an All-American tackle, John Rissack. And I had to prepare for that game knowing that this would be the toughest guy I ever face, except for my brother in practice. It was my best game. It was the game right before I blew my knee out. And what's interesting is that he was recruited all over the country. And a lot of those recruiters would look at that Hancock film. They'd say, "Who the heck is this Tremblay?" And then they said, well, he had knee surgery, so, who knows? And the coach from the University of Utah took a look at that film, and he called Phil Pfeiffer, the trainer, and called Bob Dynaberg. And they said, man, this guy's in the best shape of his life. Man, you got to come out and check it out. So the coach from Utah came out here and put me through agility drills, strength drills, the whole thing. And when I was done, he said, son, I want to offer you a scholarship to the University of Utah. Well, now I was on the recruiter's radar. I got recruited by everybody. I mean, it was an unbelievable situation. Marshall will tell you I was on an airplane every weekend. I went on trips to the University of San Diego, Santa Clara, University of Pacific, University of Utah, University of Texas, El Paso, University of Hawaii, Pittsburgh, and Wake Forest University. I chose Wake Forest because it was the best school academically, and I wanted to go to law school. And you're just one injury away from your career being over. And it was a great choice. Had to really work in the classroom, and had to work in the football field. We were in the ACC, one of the top conferences in the country, but our off-season teams were the likes of the University of Oklahoma, #1 team in the country, Penn State with Joe Paterno, University of Texas, Bobby Bowden and his Florida State team, and we beat them. So I got to play the best competition, and I got the best education. It was a wonderful experience. I was named the offensive player against the University of South Carolina. Linemen don't usually get that. I got to play in the Rice Bowl in Japan. I was the captain of the American Eagles Christian Outreach football team. We played 5 games in the Soviet Union and the Czech Republic. I got all of these wonderful experiences because of the guidance that I got from Bob Dynaberg and Phil Pfeiffer. There would have been a lot of people that would have just quit. SBCC and football changed my life. When the going gets tough, that tough get going. I was taught to never quit, never give up. We all have our challenges in life, but you don't give up. And those are lessons that have carried on through my marriage, my family, my business, my kids. Great lessons from Santa Barbara City College football. When I was the captain of the team, I arranged for the vaqueros to have mass said before each game. Now, Coach Dynaberg is of the Jewish persuasion. I said, Coach, you need to come to these masses. He said, I'll be there. So we'd have a mass before every game with Father Duncan at the Old Mission. And Father Duncan would put a vaquero Big Red 1 bumper sticker on the altar. Bob never missed one of those pregame masses. And he ensured that Father Duncan was on the sidelines for every game. One time, Father Duncan was late for a game, and we were behind. After Father Duncan arrived, the tide turned, and we won big. Bob said, Tremblay, make sure that Father Duncan is at every game and that he's on time. My experience at Santa Barbara City College was so much more than football. It was about love. It was about life. It was about being the best that you can be. It was about faith, friendship, family. Thank you, Bob Dynaberg. Thank you, Phil Pfeiffer. Thank you, Santa Barbara City College. Thank you, all my teammates. Thank you, Marcia. And thank you, Lord, for the life-changing experience of being a Santa Barbara City College vaquero. Thank you.